basically I just share two pages with you from my screen. So ideally I have the browser and I have my code editor. So on the code editor, I have this project 01. So and I don't really have anything, I only have the body. So from my browser, I have this page that we opened sometimes ago. So you still remember the nice page.
Yes, I remember it.
I basically bookmark the page. So at least to work on this page to at least practicalize what everything we have been talking about. So at least we put them together by building a page like this. So the first thing is to actually gather our content. So we will look at my folder structure. So basically let me share. So I can share that particular screen. So I want to share my folder structure. So I already get some of the images from the pictures from the nice page. So I already have some of the images there. I have like 5 of those images. So and also I already have some color code in place. So here I have project 01 and I have some color code. So this is the CSS file I want to use. So I want to use external CSS file. Inside of this file, this is exactly what we have. So we have just root that stores color variable, majorly color. And down here, I have my CSS reset. So, but first and foremost, we need to have our HTML structure in place because without it, there's no way we can start anything. So, are we good to go now?
Yes, we are good to go.
So,
it's Mr. Okezi.
Yes, I think Mr. Okezi is also with us.
Yes, I'm here. We're good to go.
Okay, so now, so at the top of the page, so this is the first section that we have. So we have this as our intro area. So, and basically, if you look at it, it's made up of 2 columns. So this is made up of 2 columns. So let's get to our code editor. And here I want to start by creating a div. So, and here I'll give it an ID of intro. Because this is going to be the intro area. So back to the structure. So we have 2 sections. So that is what we have. So 2 sections within. So I don't want to use my div. So here times 2. So the first area has this heavy. We have this as our heading one. Let's put it directly on the page. So we have H1 and drop the text. Also, we have this and renovating. So in this particular scenario, I want to use H2 paste the text. So and also we also have some paragraph text. This and this. So Control C. Yeah. So I'll create that paragraph right after this, and I'll paste this text. So I means a break. Yeah. After that break, so I have this image. So like this. Then on the second div, I want to have a picture. Rectangly, that is what we have. So look at this place. We have the pictures. So ideally, not just a single picture because the picture you see here, there are two. So two pictures. So I want to have those two pictures. So here, I want to go with IMG tag. Then I need the first image. So let me get the name of my image. So this is image 5 and image 1. So dot slash images. We have the image 5. So the second image is image 1 slash image 4. Now, so let's open this in the browser this as we are working, so we are able to see the browser at the same time. So here you can see the two images. So don't just mind the structure for now. Remember, we are not yet adding the style. So we only need to put together the whole HTML that we mix in the page. So there's the four sections. So okay, and also we have this button with a content of read more. So let's create that button after the paragraph here. So we have a button that reads read more. Save that here to our project folder. So we are able to see the button here. So the next thing I want to do now, I want to go to the second section. It is this area. So here, I want to create another div with an ID of features. Features. Now, the reason why I'm giving all these ID is to simplify our styling at the end of the day. So we can easily work with our CSS in a very efficient way. So inside of this place, we have 4 different sections. So each of the sections has some headings with some text. So also they have icon. So to achieve that, so what we need to do is just create section, and each of these sections is going to be like dots feature box, and I want to have like times 4 of this. So the first one we have a span. Now within that span, so this span is for the icon. So I will also give class of icon. And I want to render the icon inside of this place. So I'll use the I tag. So currently I don't have my font awesome in this project. So I'll be linking that later. So let us focus on other things. So we have these as heading 3. So let's have this inside of this section just after the span. So we need the heading 3. Then we put the contents here. Also, I want to have this Control C. I will have that as a paragraph and paste. So I don't just want to paste it. I want to wrap that inside of the paragraph. So I'm here, so I can copy this whole contents, and I want to paste another one here. So all we need to do here is just change the heading. Interior painting. So I'll change from home cleaning So interior painting. So also, so let me just paste this once and for all in each of these sections. Paste down here. So I want to paste that again. I'll paste this again. So let me change that again. Every 3 lighting features. Change the content here. Paste. Sorry, that will be here. And finally, I have the smarts. So the paragraph text are actually the same thing. So what they have is not really content that document. So they are only changing some of these information. So if I come back here and I reload, so if I scroll down, then here, so here is our sections. So then let's look at it again. So we are through with the second section. So the only thing we are left with there is just the icon. So I'll come back and I will add icon. So here, so I want to add another one. So here, div with an ID of about. And inside of this place, I want to create my div with about us. So H1, that about us text. Also, I need this. Control C. Okay. I want to paste this, but I want to paste it as a paragraph. And finally, so I have this link, learn more. So they are, so we can use a tag. We can use button depending on what you choose. So here we have text, learn more. So currently, I want to have just cash. So it's not going to take us anywhere. So here, if I scroll down, so I will see it like this. And here, so we have these other sections, and these sections do not really have much. So we only have this text. So I want to have this as heading 4. Div with a class of order. So here, I just want to have a section in here. That section we have heading 4 with this prepare text. Also, we have our heading 1. Control C. How can we help? So we can just have these as a span. Then H1. I want to paste the text like this. Let's see. So down here, so we have another sections. And inside of this section, we have some subsections. We have some subsections. So here, so I need this div, and inside of this page, I want to have section And inside of these sections, I want to have popular services as well as this. So I'll copy both of them. Then I want to paste them here. So paste the two. So here I want to wrap this one inside of H1, paste. So that. And here the text, I want to wrap these inside of the paragraph. So then the second sections, we have div. And each of the div is going to be a box. So that will be inside of the second sections. So I'll create another sections here. Then I want to have div. Then let me give this a class of cat. And I want times 3. So in which each of them will have a picture, heading 1, and a paragraph. So Control C. So the first thing we have will be image. Then the image will be pointing at this particular image. So image 2, 3, and 4. So respectively. So this is going to be / images 2. Then here, I want to paste this. So this is going to be kind of, let me see the size here. Let's say heading 3. So here, take this as cut this H3 and paste it. Then here, I want to have this as a paragraph P. Now paste it. So I need to do similar thing here. So here, IMG, I'll be linking image 4. Here, IMG, I'll be linking image 5. Save. So let's copy this. So we need the heading 3 as well as a paragraph. So we want to paste this right after this. So this is going to be contrast. This is going to be heading 3 as well. And this will be a paragraph. Control C. And I'll paste that here. I'll paste this. So I want to change the text. Control C. I want to paste this here. So I'll save this, come back here. So here's the project. So if I scroll down, so you can see we have been able to put together many of our contents. We have been able to put together many of our contents. So back to the HTML. Hello, are we together?
Yes, so we are.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask,
Okay.
you would have taken section by section, like this is a whole lot and it's kind of getting me confused.
Basically, when we are styling, it's going to be section by section, and that's exactly what I'm doing. But okay, so if I get you very clearly that instead of just packing the whole HTML first, we should have section 1, we work on the CSS, we have section,
But
we work on the
yeah,
CSS. Okay.
yeah, something like that.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. So, Mr. Okezi, do you understand? So here, so this is from section 2 down. So I just comment them. So I say
Okay.
on here. So here, so we should just see it like this. And this is just for section 1.
Yes, thank you. That's better.
So this is just section 1. So back to the HTML. So this is exactly what we are doing. So we have a div. Then the div has this idea of intro. Then it has 2 sub div. So now let's add our style to this page. So another thing I want to do here, I want to give this a class of btn. So I'm adding that to the button. So we can add, so we'll be using this same btn for both link and anything that we want to behave as a button here on the page. So here I already create my CSS page. So I'll be using this project 01 CSS. So what I have here is just a bunch of colors predefined. I'll be using them as a variable as well as 2 sizes, one for the other one for regular text. So, and here I have our CSS reset. I'm using aesthetic. This is a white card. So this will basically reset all our default value back to 0 and none. Are we together?
Yes.
So the first thing I want to do, I want to make sure I have a link to my CSS. So link dot slash. So this will go to CSS and project 01.css. So if I save that, come back here. So we should see that everything has been reset. So and here, so this will be the result of what we have. So the first thing I need to do now is work with this particular section, the section of intro here. This is the only section we are going to work with now. So
Okay.
based on what the original project looked like, so this is what the intro part looked like. So you can see that. So we have some spacing at the edge. So let me basically just target that. So let me start with some other CSS rules here. So here I want to start with the HTML. Also, I want to have another selector for the body. So in here, I want to have my max width. The maximum width I can have is 100 viewport width. So viewport width is a unit of measurement that is basically dealing with the devices. It will always be 100% of whatever device you are using. So then the body, I want the body to use a width of 100% of that 100 what we have. So here, so I want to make sure everything on the page is being centralized. So I'll tidy both the HTML as well as the body. Then I will set margin. So 0, that'll be for top and bottom. Then auto, that'll be for left and right. So this will basically just centralize everything. So ideally, it's not going to show us anything. So what I want to do now is I want to set, so I want to start with the intro div. So I'll use the pound intro. So I'm using the ID that we have on this div. We have this ID, this intro ID. So first and foremost, so let me set a little border so we can see exactly what we are, the area we are dealing with. So set the border will be 2 pixels solid and red. So save, come back here so you can see here we have our red border surrounding the whole content. So this is not HTML, but this is just our own listing. So and also, so next thing I want to do is I want some extra spacing left and right. So I want to set padding, and for top and bottom, let me go with 50 pixels, and for top left and right, I'll go with 100 pixels. So if I save that, and you see we have this spacing here, but we can't see the spacing here for our image. So that's basically because we are dealing with image. So I want to have a general rule that we work on all of my images. So here, I want to grab any image that we have on the page. I want to change their display to block. And the second thing I will do is I want to set their width to be 100%. So that will set them to 100% of whatever function. So, and currently now you can see the image is being adjusted. So rather than going outside, so we can see the image right away. Okay. So now we have our extra spacing. So what I need now is I need to have this element side by side. So to have it side by side, remember we talk about three things. We talk about float, we talk about flex, and we talk about grid. So we can choose to use any of those things, any of those CSS groups. So in this case, I want to go with flex. So what do I need? I will set a display on the intro, being the parent element. I'll set the display to be flex. And voila. So you can see that it's basically dividing this into two. It's dividing the page into two. But if you look at this place now, you can see that the spacing for the image and the text here, they are almost the same thing, like 50-50%. But currently, if we look at what we have, the image take more space. Do you understand it now? It take more space than this or the rest of the content. So why is that so? That's basically because we don't have actual width, and the image tends to be very bigger than the rest of the content. So what I need to do is I want to look for the div. So I'm using the child selector. Child selector here is looking for any div that is directly inside. So those are the child of the intro. Any div that is directly inside, that is what this selector is targeting. Any div that is directly inside of intro, and I want to set width here. Then here, I want to take the whole 100% available space, just divide it by 2. So I can as well go with 50%. I can see now that the area has been stretched. So what we have now is equal spacing between the two of them. So the contents here have the same space as the contents here. Do you get it now?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So now the next thing we need to do is setting the size of this text and the color. So ideally, I don't know what the actual font we are using is, but let's just give ourselves a font. So I'll go back to my HTML CSS. Now I want to set fonts family. So let me go with save UI. So let me go with this. And I save that. So this will change my handwriting basically. So and this will be the handwriting that I will be using. So all I need to do here is I want to target the heading 1 that is within this intro. So any heading 1 that is within the intro, set the font that size to, I want to use that variable of heading 1. Save and here. So this is increasing, but I think the size should be bigger. But if you look at this size here, it's much more bigger. So let me go with the 5 there. Save and come back here. Okay. So start like this. Then I also want the heading 3 here to be very much more. So Here, I need another selector here, Control C. We will be looking for the heading tree. So font, size. In this case, I can go with 3 rem. So far, I don't want the both of them to be the same. So I'm here. I need the font weight. Font dash weight. I want it to be lighter. Save and here. So let's see. So it's light now. So it's not as thicker as what we have there. So, and also, I think we should move a little bit more. Okay, the gap is okay. The gap is okay. So I have a paragraph. And the paragraph has a very nice line height. So our own currently. So I'll come back and work on the color. So here, so I need any paragraph, Control C. So P. Here, I want to go with fonts, that size, and regular text. Okay. So also let me specify a line height. Line height of 2. Yeah. So how very more spacing. So this is what we need. Let me reduce it a little bit to 1.5. Change the bit, not close. So also, so I want to have so the button now. So that is having dots BTN. So here, change the display to the block. So let me start by setting the border to preserve solid and use another variable to black. Sorry. So let me set a padding. So top and bottom, let's go with 10 pixels. Left and right, let's go with 30 pixels. So save. Here. So here is our results. And also, so for this particular one, so intro button, I need to be very specific. Button. So I need a little bit of margin to the top. Margin up. So let's go with 30 pixels. So it will give some spacing to the content above. So in here, so when I hover on these elements, see, this is not really on the left. So let's go with like 20 and so let me go with stuff like this. So I think it's a little bit better. So that 30 can be used to stuff like 4%. So, and when I mouse on top of this, I want this to show hands like this. So mouse show hands. At the same time, the texts are all in uppercase. So all in uppercase. So I can set that here. Fonts, text, dash transform, uppercase. font dash weight light lighter. Yeah, yeah. So we have lighter in this letter spacing like fonts for match. So then we do fonts full so it's a little bit better now. So also, so let's do so we use a cursor and pointer. So that will give us our hand. So whenever we mouse on top, we have a hand. So now, so again, so we have the hover state. So anytime we hover on that particular button, so we don't want to have that border. So we want to take the border and we set it to none. So again, so let me transform transcription. Going to be 300 milliseconds is save down that way and notes so that notes to talk to taking more time. Also, at that point, I want to be 1 minute. The background also background color turn to transparent. So yeah, mouse up over times six dot 6. So let's do this for the one, the color. We can look for the heading one. So this will have a color. And I already have a variable declared. So I want to use the yellow, primary color yellow. So that should be this. So here I'll be using the gray color of this second one. So I want to use color and color. So this is going to be full color. So face of this one. So this way, it will when we go for lighter blue. So 5. Let me test this out. almost white. What is this is still thicker. So let's see, let's go to like 80% gray. Critical, right? This critical.
This one is light.
This one is light. Okay. So compare this. Let me use this. At least you go right here. Okay. So I think it's a bit better like this now.
Yes.
So now, so we so I need to give some more font spacing to these whole contents. So, and I want the image to even be more taller. So what I need to do is I want to target the first box. So here I'm looking at the two boxes. So Control C, I'll copy that selector. Then here I'm looking for the first chart. First chart. So here, so we can do background color. So let's use our bar. And let's go with the clear color. Save, come back here. So you see the one that is being selected. So and currently now you can see how tall this is. So you see how tall this is. Now the only reason why this is as tall as this is because there are two images. Now remember I'm working with Flexbox. So what I'm working with here is Flexbox. So here you see how tall it is because we have two images currently. Now, out of these two images, I will position the other one absolutely. Whereas this one here will be positioned, it's not going to be absolute. So what I need to do is I need to have another selector. So here, so it's either I go with the last child or I go with the end child. So end child, so second child from that box. So now give me the second one. Then I want to give a position of relative. So when I need a second image from that box, so image and chart two here to be in position of absolute. Say come back here. So see exactly what's happened now. So this image is completely removed. So this image has been removed from its parent because it is absolutely positioned. So, but I want to relate it back to its parents, and that is why I gave relative position to the parent. So what I need to do here is I want to add some spacing to this box one. So, and the way I will add that, I'll go to this. There's a box, first div. I want to give some padding, and I want this padding to be top and bottom. So to the top, I want the padding to be like 40 pixels. So left and right is going to be 0. So if I save that, so that would basically just increase the height of this space. And you can see now that the image is not as tall as this other box. In fact, let me add a little bit more to it. So let's make it like 70. So it's very, very tall. And I want the image. So I want this image to be as tall as this box. So which is the first image. So I want it to be as tall as that image. So here, I need to go with this selector. Control C. So here, I want to grab the first image, so 1, and in here, so I want the width to be 100%. So height 100%. So let's save that. So now, so you can see that the image is equal to both of them. But even while the image is equal, we have a little problem. The image this time around now is being stretched, and I don't want that. So you look at the image closely, you can easily see that the image has been stretched. So here, so this image looks much more better here, as it's not stretching. So in fact, so I think what they are doing here, they give more padding. So instead of giving it to the top and bottom, they give the padding. The spacing is at the top. So, and this whole repair come down. So the spacing is more at the top. And this one. So instead of me doing this thing here, so let me be very specific. Padding to the top. So that should be around 140. So I don't need the second value. So in that case, so this will give me more spacing at the top, like this. So to adjust the image, so let me just give a little bit of padding to the bottom. Padding, bottom, so let's say like 20 pixels. Yeah. So I don't technically need the background. It's just for you to see exactly where we are dealing with. So here now, so we see this image. So I want the image, I don't want the image to be stretched. So I'll go to the image. And in this case, this is the image. So I'll use the object fit. So then here, I want to use cover. So I save that, come back here. And you can see the image has been adjusted. So the image has been adjusted. So the next thing I need to do here now is to position this other image. So I want to reduce the width of this image, and I'll reduce it a little bit. So I'll reduce the width a little bit, and I want to position it somewhere very close to the bottom of this parent element. So how do we achieve that? So currently now, so we have no position set. So on the image, it's only being positioned absolutely. So what I can do is I can set button of 0. If I save that, so the image should move a little bit upward. So you see the image here. So and this time around, I don't want it to be exactly at 0. So I can use a negative value of minus, so let's say 50 pixels. So the image is moving downward. So let's say 50, let me see. Okay, moving downward, but it's much. And again, I want to reduce the width. So the width in this context now, I want that to be like 60%. And now the 60% will mean 60% of its parents. And currently I can see it's too small. So let me increase that to like 75%. So that would be 75% of the actual size of the parent. And also I want to move it to the right area, right? So 0. So here, so you see somewhere here. So instead of 250 now, so I can move the image a little bit upward. So let's reduce the negative value here. So the image is now being moved. So you look at it now. So you see exactly where I'm positioning the image. So it has been shifted up. So you want it to go upward a little bit more. So it's up to you. So you can just move it. It's just by reducing the amount of space you are being pushing. Yeah. Now we shift the image up. So I think I need to be very close to what the actual, so the current problem I'm having from that side is coming from this transition. So let me just take that out. So we don't just, yeah. So you notice any difference here? It's not jacking. It's not jacking, but here we are jacking. So here we are jacking. So each time, and what brings about this jacking? Do you know? Eh? So it's the size of the border that I'm basically converting. So basically, we don't supposed to have this jacking state. So, but the reason why we are jacking there is because this has a border. It has an initial border, which is these 2 pixels that I'm setting here. So I will take it out of this place. So I set a border, and that border should go directly to this element. Okay. So the border, so that will still mean exactly the same thing. So instead of setting it to none, okay, so I want to set the border to transparent. So border dash color. So then transparent. So in this case now, so it shouldn't jack. So the border is still there, but I'm hiding it temporarily. So instead of jacking now, you can see, so the state remains. So there's no point jacking the whole area. Are we making sense here?
Yes.
So because originally you notice there's jacking. So and that is by reducing the size. So anytime I try to reduce the size, it tries to jack. So and on my home here, one. So I do letter spacing, letter spacing down to minus 0, 0. So is it? Oh, the spacing to be very much. So technically, I don't need this border, but I'm only using the border to illustrate the section we are working with. So easily compare that with what we have here. So this to this. So though I'm not getting exactly their fonts, I'm not using exactly their fonts, but just showing you something that is very realistic to what we have here. Are we good? So I think we are through with the first section. Any question?
The CSS coding. There are so many.
Yes. So
Just so
that
much.
that exactly how it's going to be. So if you are writing CSS, so it's very much. So writing a CSS rule, you can have like 10,000 lines of code.
Mm.
Yes.
But it's okay. I understood what you did anyways. It's just to practice.
So let me get rid of the border now. So I don't technically need this border. The red border that I have here on the intro is never needed. section. So then we can, okay, ma'am.
Your method of putting the comments,
Yes.
if you give space in the word, it automatically becomes a comment.
If you what?
Is that what you did? If you give a space
No.
in between any word.
No. The actual comment, I'm using control and forward slash. That is a typo error. Control and forward slash. So the control from your keyboard and the forward slash, it will automatically comment wherever line that you are.
Okay.
So let's look at second section. So probably we can stop at this second section, but let's work on this second section. Yeah. So we have our second section. So though I already have the HTML in place, so though I comment it initially, so I'll just uncomment just that area. So let me take my comments out of that part. Then after this feature, so here is my feature. So after the feature, yeah, so I can place my comment again. So every other thing should be commented out. So back here, so this will show me the information we have. So the first thing we need to do here, so I can see some issue. So I need more spacing down here. So down at this bottom, I need some more spacing. So it's not that difficult. So all we need to do is go back to our flex. So you realize we are giving 50 pixel spacing, top and bottom. So what we can do is, this is going to be for top, left, bottom, then right. So for the bottom, I want to specify like 150 pixel. Then for the right, I still want to go with 100. So you can as well write it like this. So do you understand what I'm doing there?
Yes,
So I'm passing all the 4 values to the padding. So the first one will be for the top, the second one will be for the left, and this will be for the bottom, and this will be for the right. So top, left, bottom, right. So that is just the order. So we can have these extra spacing before our contents. Then after that, so I want to add some icons to this page. So remember, when we are constructing the HTML, I just left all this area blank. So I need to feed them with some icon. So remember, we've worked with icon in the previous class. You get it now. So and here, so part of the file that we use is currently here inside of our folder. We have our web fonts, and inside of our CSS, I have the all.me.css. So what I can do now, I can link that up, link, and here I just want to go with /css all.me.css. So that will give me access to use font awesome here. So let me go back to my browser, and here I just want to go to font awesome site. So then when I get to font awesome, I want to just look for some icons. So I may not get the exact icon, but I need some icons. So let's say brush. Yeah, so we are trying to give me some brush. Yeah, so some of what I have here are paid. So let me just, I just need to go with something. So let's go with this first one. So we can copy the code. So we scroll down. So here is our code. So I'll copy that. Come here. I can just change. I can and just change that icon here. So let me collapse the first section. So now I'm inside of the second section. So I want to replace this with this. So save. So now the first one should give me icon. So you can see I have that icon here. Though it's still very small, but I already have the icon here. So I want to cancel this, and I want to pick the second one. So I want the roller down here. I'll copy that icon back to my code here. I will replace this. Place that down here again. So let me look for another icon. So this icon, let me look for home. So let's search for home. Home. Yeah. So I have a lot of that. So let's use this particular one. Copy the code. Come here and let's replace this. Finally, so you have just one left. So say home. So home. Let this fire. Copy that back to my code. I will replace that here. So paste. So save. So I'm through with font awesome for that section. So if I come back here, so each of my section now have the icons. Okay. So now that each of my icon section have the icon, so let's go with the other cells that we need. So down here, so everything we have here is majorly for like first, so comments. So this is section 1. And down here, so I want to start working with section 2. So section 2. And in here, so I will start with the ID. So if you look at the parent element here, so I have these features. Control C. So I can target that count features, set the background color. Then I just want to go with the variable that I already have. So deep yellow. So let me go with that deep yellow first. And here, so you should see we have that deep yellow background. Or we use a normal yellow. So I think this is too deep. So let me use a normal yellow color. Primary color and yellow. This. Okay. So I think this is much more better. So then what do I want to do? So I want to convert this to a flex as well. So we are going to be using flex. So remember, we have different box there. So if you look at the way I structure it, so I have section by section. And each of the section has this feature box. So I'll be using that as well. So Control C. So I want to come here, then do dot box. So what I want to do here, first, I want to change the display to be flex. So, and what that would do is I will have them side by side. So as opposed, having them in just that. So you can see now that I'm able to have them side by side, but currently now, we don't have more space. So it's still very much down towards the bottom. So I want to set a height for this parent element. So let me use minimum height of, let's say, 20 viewport height, or let's say 30. So here, so the height has been increased a little bit. Still not enough for me, so let me use like 50. So we have this height, but we have each of our sections, and you can see them. And currently now you realize that they are using 100% space. So to see that, to really see that in essence, so we need to give them a background. So I want to go with background color, and I want that to be a variable. So I have white color, so I'm using primary color white. So I'm here. So you see, I don't see any yellow again. And that's because these elements are using the whole environment. So I don't want that. So I want to set their width. So, and instead of using the whole 100% space, I want them to use just 80. So I'll do calc, and I'll do 80%, then divide that by 4. If I save that, so you will see now that they are only to one side. Then instead of me having them in one side, I'll go to the parent, then I want to tell the parent, pull them to the center. So justify contents, so that will centralize them on the, so, and currently now, so you can see they are being centered. And also I don't want them to have the same height as the parent, so I'll use the align items. I want that to be to flex that. So save. So you see they do not have the same height as their parent. So let's give each of them some padding. So let's say padding, let's say like 30 pixels. So there will be more spacing. Okay, so they have more spacing this time around. Then I also need some gap between them. So the gap is not going to be much. I'll pass that to the appearance. So gap, and the gap is going to be like, let's say 15 pixels. Save. And here, so you see, this is exactly what we are getting. Are we making sense?
Yeah, sure, we are.
Okay, and we are making progress, I believe. So
Yeah.
now, so what's the next thing to do? So the next thing is I want to make each of these boxes also, I'll make them a flex. So that is each of the section. I'll make them a flex. So, and how will I achieve that? So come to the section here, change the display, and make it flex. So, and by doing that, see, we have a little problem because we now have our content side by side. So this is still good. I need to pass another rule. And what will this rule be? So I need to change the flex direction. And I want to make that color. Mr. Okeze, are you still there?
He's not here. I think he logged out.
Wow. Yeah. So now, so you can see them, they sit right back on top of one another. So what I can do now is I can now give them a gap. And I can give them a meaningful gap. So let's say 15 pixels to begin with. So now you can see we have more gap between them, unlike what we have before. Then I want my icon to be more bigger than this. And so here, so each of the icon is wrapped inside of the span. The span has a class of icon. So each of our icon is wrapped inside of that. So I want to do dot icon. So then I'm looking for, I will have dot icon, and also I want to have dot icon I. So that will target each of my distance, each of my icon. Then I want to increase their font size. So let's make them like 5 rand. Save. Come back here. So, oh, they are too big. So let's make them 3 rand. 3 rand. Save. Yeah. So I think it makes more sense like this. So the next thing I want to do is I want to use my text align. and I want that to be center. So here, so you can see each of them now at the center. So now if this size is okay by us, so you see they are all black. The icons remain black in color. Then we have a background circle backgrounds around them. So to get that, so we need to give this a background color, and that is going to be that just our yellow, the yellow, primary yellow color, and here. So you can see we have that background. So what I need to do is I want to set a width on width. So the width is going to be like let me use 100 pixel. I also need the height of 100 pixel. So save that here. So you can see that at one side, then I will use justify content here. That will be center. So I'm using it on each of the section. So center. Then yes, I don't have this at the center. So what else can we do? So let's go to the icon and let's use a margin. So 0, that'll be for top and bottom, and auto, that'll be for left and right. So, and now I have it at the center. So, and another thing I want to do on that particular thing, I want it to be circle. So, because it has the same width and height, so I can use my border dash radius, and that would be 50%. So let's save that. That will give me a perfect circle. So, but you can see our icons are not actually at the center. So we need them at the center. And to do that, so I can just change the display of these elements, change the display to the grid. Then here I can use the place contents at center. So save that and come back here. So you should see each of our items are now at the center. So each of them now is at the center of whatever they are in. So, any questions?
No question.
So then this brings us towards the end of. So let me increase the height of this a little bit. I think we should have some space. So grab it to like 65 viewport height. Yeah. So we have some spacing towards the bottom of this area. For the text, color, and they are both. So we have any three. So let me just use the class. Control C here. So I want to use this class. I'm looking for all the heading three. I think I use a three for them. Yes. So each of the heading three. So I want to change the color. Use the var primary yellow. Yeah. So the yellow color is the text and the light gray. So let me change the text. So there, want to do similar thing to this. This time around, I'll be looking for the paragraph 3. And I want to change the color to light gray. Okay. To light. So let me change to gray. think it's a bit better like this. So this is my, I think this my yellow is too deep.
Yeah,
Not
it's
like
too
that.
dark.
Yeah, it's too dark. So, but I believe you just get, so I'm more concerned about you getting the idea of what we are doing. So it's taking everything we've learned in the past, taking them into practice by using them in building this page that we are currently working with. Any question?
Really?
So if no questions, so basically ends it here tonight. So then tomorrow, so we continue building the rest of the sections.
Okay, please let me take a screen grab of the first section of the
Okay.
CSS.
So the first section, I think.
Yes, the first
Okay.
section.
So this is the first section.
Okay. 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 All right, just continue. Let me screen grab everything. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So now, so if you want to follow me on this same project, so I'll forward this to the, I'll send it as a message in the chat now, the link to the actual project.
Okay. All right, please. They've still not added you to the group.
Basically, over the week, I'm very, very busy. But I already told them, but I don't think they've added me because I haven't gotten the listing on my WhatsApp.
Okay. Like, what's the delay? Why are they holding it?
Don't really know because most of the time is that when I'm through with your class, so the admin in charge of the group that are supposed to add me that have left or stuff like that.
Okay, and last week's class, they've not posted a video yet.
Eh,
Yes, they've not.
but the others have been posted, have you?
Yes, they posted
Okay.
the others.
Yes, I'll make sure they post the last this thing as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the important one to me is this project own. Like, I learn more from building the project,
From building.
practicing with the project. Yes.
Wow. Very good.
But it's okay. Just inform them. Any class we have, they should try and post it for us. If
Okay.
not, I'm going to call them again.
Exactly. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. Good night.
All right. Thank you. Good night. This one.